Hey Dom, this is Dave Desai. Today I want to get into Jungkook and his recent concerts, as well as some game moments and people's reactions. I also want to get into the legal action trend that popped up on Twitter. I think you'll find it funny. So, hater or not, make sure you're subscribed with the notification bell on. Grab your dumpling, tea-spilling mug merch, and let's get into it. The first thing that I want to get into is several fan quote-unquote legal actions there has been going on. There has been an ongoing joke that armies have put on the BTS members, and especially Suga. Let me give some context and then I'll explain how this applies recently. So there was an army previously at BTS fan meet. This was way back in the day before the pandemic. I believe this was also in Korea. The Korean fan meets are the members on stage and they sit on a long table and the fans go up one by one to introduce themselves and just have a moment with each of them. I don't believe it was a specific girl's turn yet, and she was still in line and she yelled out that Yoongi was looking so good that she was going to sue him for making her heart stop or something like that. It was so funny and cute that everyone at the event was laughing, and of course when recorded and posted online it went viral and kind of became an inside joke within ARMY for the longest time. And it kind of evolved into other members getting quote-unquote sued as well. And it basically became a joke that Suga remembers. A little bit later when BTS held their concert, someone had yelled out this same thing to Suga. I don't know if it was the same girl who was at the fan meet, but it could have been. And it's interesting because the ARMY fan base is so big, but the people who attend all the concerts and fan meets like to try to attend every BTS fan meet are still very close-knit, and the community has inside jokes, and it's not small, but it feels like everyone knows each other. And this could have been an army that just heard the initial joke online and just wanted to yell it at Suga at this particular concert. Now, during the recent Seoul concert that had just taken place, there ended up being several photos that were posted online of Suga and just him being super cool. He had his sunglasses on. It was just very suave and attractive. And people ended up posting these photos and reposting them with the caption, "Min Yoongi, I will sue you." This was something that was done so much that it actually ended up trending online, and a lot of people were posting photos of Yoongi and the sexy moments he had during the concert. Yoongi is an absolute mood and probably how I feel most of the time. He is typically lower energy and more calm and chill, and he kind of just vibes with the music and is less animated. This is how I often feel. I don't usually have too much energy to do much. However, when Suga does it, it comes across as chill and cool, but when I do it, it appears like I'm lazy. But I think it's so amazing that a small joke at a small event, because the fan signs only allow like at most a couple hundred people, because it's too much to do thousands and the boys will never get through everyone. But such a small joke ended up taking on this whole life of its own, and the girl who started the joke probably had no idea it would be something years later still referenced, still talked about, and still laughed about. It's moments like this that make you feel the fandom is not as big, and I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean it feels more like family and close, and even though it's literally like 40 million people. Legally, you can't sue someone for how beautiful they look, but I mean sometimes when BTS posts thirst traps, it's just not fair that you cannot, because I need to be reimbursed for the pain that the beauty is given me. It's enough, we get it, you're attractive. The concert has been the main topic of conversation for the last few days, and I feel late for jumping on it now, but there's a lot going on that needs to be talked about. Some people were freaking out at several of the events that took place in the concert, and it was interesting because this was the first time that I felt BTS felt very comfortable in Korea. Like they didn't care about the Korean standards. They were performing kind of shirtless, or at least Jimin was, and they did not try to hide any tattoos, and it was just great. And I think maybe they feel like they can do this because they're now also considered American artists, sort of. Like how an American artist can come on stage in Korea and literally get naked and it's okay. But there were tons of noteworthy interactions, such as a moment where a fan had a rose in their hand, and Jungkook saw this. He gestured if that rose was for him and then asked the fan to throw it to him, and he caught it. He then proceeded to dance and sing with the rose for a little bit. And this was something that I cannot even express how beautiful it is, because us armies are not allowed to give gifts, and we don't want to throw things on stage because this can result in a huge safety issue. The members could accidentally not see it, step on it, trip and fall, or it could land on pyro flames special effects thing, or even just land near it and it could catch on fire. So many big issues, so that the fans usually keep it in their hands, and I don't know if maybe when the boys come down off the stage, the fans can give it to him, but usually you don't get a chance to give them your gift. So this was just a beautiful moment where the army could actually show their love, and something that Jungkook may keep. There's also been rumors and theories that there's members in BTS who are gay, or at least bi-curious. They are just rumors, so they are based on the kissy moments BTS has with each other, even the fact that HYBE had their Seven Fates story portray a gay character, or even the fact that the members show heavy support to the LGBT community. None of this is reason enough for it to be fact that any of the members are gay, but it's enough to cause rumors. There was a moment on stage stage where I believe Taeyang found a ring on the floor and then gave it to Jungkook. And the way Taeyang held the ring seemed like he wanted to make sure he gave it to Jungkook and everyone saw that it was a ring, and Jungkook took the ring and people were shocked by this. The people who thought Taeyang and Jungkook were initially dating fully rejoiced and freaked out. They thought this was confirmation, and then those who didn't think that started to think that. There's of course people not only heavily not like the ship between Taeyang and Jungkook, but simply also hate the idea that Jungkook could be gay at all. It's one thing to not think that they're gay or be unsure like I am, but it's 100% another reason to hate the fact that they would be and then would understand if they are. It was interesting because apparently this Seoul concert also had Jungkook's parents there. So it was like I am proposing in front of my family, but no one got on their knees or anything like that, and there was no kiss there or anything. But this was trending and there were tweets online saying how the parents were ashamed of Jungkook. Also saying that his parents or grandparents would be ashamed to know that he's gay. But as I said, nothing is confirmed, but why would you hate him for such a thing? This is what bothers me. Even if his parents were ashamed or whatever, how does that affect you that you have to say something? Talking about celebrities and K-pop is part of what I like to do, and it became this fan culture where I like to fangirl and talk to other people. But I never gossip or talk badly about anyone because I don't do that. I don't do that with my friends. I don't do it privately. I don't gossip about people. I didn't know up until recently that people do that because people around me didn't do it. It became quite a shock that people were assuming bad things about others and other celebrities. Not that being gay is bad, but if you think being gay is bad, why would you assume that the idol is quote unquote bad? You know what I mean? Like then assume that they're straight and everything they do is just a joke. But no, they're actively looking for a reason to insult or unstand. Then just unstand. Because if it's not this, then it's another reason, so leave without the drama. But there was an issue of the fact that later on in the concert, perhaps this was more at the end of the concert, Jungkook and the members were standing on the car and was driving around. And they were kind of looking at signs and interacting with ARMY. ARMY was all wearing a face covering and they were not allowed to cheer very loudly. There's a new law, I think, I don't know. So I felt like BTS had to kind of overcompensate and interact more to try to make sure that everyone was enjoying themselves. What a lot of celebrities would do is if they notice someone isn't enjoying themselves or happy, they'll pay more attention to that person as they want to make sure those people leave happy, right? But because of the lack of noise and the lack of being able to see your face, you can't really tell if everyone is happy. But there was a sign that read, "Give me a kiss, Jungkook," and Jungkook ended up seeing the sign and then blew a kiss to him or her. There was speculation that it might have been a guy because of the previously said gay moments, and they assumed that maybe a guy had held the sign, but I think it was a girl. The clip was posted on a fan Twitter account and went extremely viral. The fan Twitter account appears to be a girl, but I could be entirely wrong. But people were also furious / jealous of this. There were people saying that this moment should have been them, or telling the ARMY who got the kiss to go ahead and leave. There were a lot of people with different opinions and jealousy. I think it's cute. I think moments like this will happen to you as well if you attend these events and stuff. I think if you go to a lot of BTS events, you're bound to be noticed by that. They will definitely remember your face. They're really good at that. Let me know what you think. Make sure to check out my Patreon for more videos linked down below. Thank you to this lovely comment right here. Love you. Bye.